Hey Jenny, welcome back to the show. You won't believe what OpenAI just dropped.
Oh, hey Mark. Always good to be back. And you know I'm ready for some tech news. What's got you so fired up this time?
Okay, so you know how we've talked about AI assistants before? Well, they just launched something called Operator. It's an AI agent, but get this. It's not just answering questions. This thing can actually do time stuff online for you.
Wait, do stuff like what? Are we talking like booking a flight or something?
Exactly. Like imagine you snap a picture of your handwritten grocery list, right? Operator can use OCR, optical character recognition, to read it, then go to a grocery website and actually order those items for you.
Hold on, that's a lot. So it can actually see a picture and understand it well enough to complete a task?
Yeah. It's using a special version of GPT-4 called GPT-4o. The O probably stands for operator or online. It's trained to understand visual stuff on web pages, so it can figure out where to click, what to type, all of that.
Okay, so it's like giving the ACI eyes and hands on the internet. But how is that different from, the chatbots we've seen before?
That's the thing, most chatbots just work with text. This is way more advanced. They're calling it a computer-using agent, or CUA. It uses computer vision to see the screen, and then it can make decisions based on what it sees, just like we do.
So it's not just following pre-programmed commands? It's actually dong 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 dong.
Right. And they trained it with reinforcement learning so it gets better over time. It's like, remember that old sci-fi movie where the computer starts doing things on its own? It's kind of like that, but way less scary, hopefully.
Okay, you had me at less scary. But I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. What else can it do besides groceries?
Well, they've shown it booking travel, filling out forms online. I was just reading about how it can even handle multi-step processes, like say you want to book a trip to Hawaii. It can figure out flights, hotels, maybe even some activities, all based on your preferences.
That sounds convenient, but also a little unsettling. I mean, are we sure we want AI handling all that for us?
I hear you. And that's where the ethical stuff comes in. Like, how does it handle our personal information? What about security?
Right, because it would need access to, our credit card info and stuff, right?
So from what I understand, it doesn't actually store your passwords or payment details. And it runs in its own separate browser, which adds a layer of security. Plus, they made it so you can delete your browsing data or log out of everything with one click.
Okay, that's something, at least. But what about the whole, robots taking over our jobs thing? I saw a report that said, I could impact 300 million jobs worldwide.
Yeah, Goldman Sachs, right? That's a real concern. I mean, if this thing can automate a bunch of online tasks, what happens to the people who are doing those tasks now?
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? On one hand, it could make our lives easier, but on the other, it could create some serious economic shifts.
For sure. I think that's why OpenAI is being pretty careful with this. They're calling it an early research preview, and it's only available to ChatGPT Pro subscribers in the US for now.
That makes sense. They probably want to see how it performs in the real world before unleashing it on everyone.
Exactly. And Sam Altman, the OpenAI CEO, even said they're going to refine it over the coming months, and they have more agents to launch soon.
More agents? So a whole team of these things?
Who knows? But that's what gets me excited. I mean, think about the possibilities. This could change how we interact with the internet.
I can see that. Instead of spending hours searching for the best deals, I could just do it for us.
Or imagine using it for customer service. Instead of waiting on hold, an AI agent could handle your issue right away.
That actually sounds pretty good. But what if it makes a mistake? What if it books the wrong flight or orders the wrong thing?
Well, they've built in some safeguards. It's supposed to ask for your confirmation before making a purchase. And it can't do certain things, like send emails, probably to prevent spam, or, accidental messages.
Okay, that's reassuring. So it's not just going to go rogue and start ordering random stuff online.
Hopefully not. But this is still new, there will be errors, and there's the whole question of bias. How do we make sure it's making fair decisions for everyone?
That's a big one. We've seen how AI can sometimes reflect the biases in the data it's trained on.
Totally. I think that's something OpenAI and everyone in the AI field is going to have to grapple with as these agents become more powerful.
It's fascinating and a little scary to think about where this could all lead. I mean, are we looking at a future where AI agents are just a normal part of our daily lives?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we're already seeing AI in everything from our phones to our cars. This just feels like the next logical step,
I guess so. It's just, a lot to take in. But I'm glad we're talking about it, because these are the conversations we need to be having.
Me too. And hey, at least we'll have plenty to talk about on the podcast for the next few years, right?
Oh, I'm sure of it. This is just the beginning, isn't it?
Just the beginning. All right, Jenny, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about today. Thanks for another great conversation.
Anytime, Mark. And to our listeners, let us know what you think about Operator. Are you excited, concerned, or a little bit of both? We'd love to hear from you.